how are you doing? It is very cold in Leeds today, so I've got my little blanket on. I hope you don't mind. So welcome to sleep, energy, hormones and just feeling good. So as you can imagine, when I'm speaking to people, I'm speaking to more and more people that just go, I'm so tired, I'm running out of energy, I've lost my vim, and maybe you're not sleeping great, maybe you're really losing your energy throughout the day, maybe you can't get out of bed on a morning, and this is quite a common thing for me to hear as time goes on. So I thought I'd do a video. Now, as you know, those that know me well now know that a lot of my research, my investigations, my qualifications, my experience has come out of me trying to find the answers for myself and trying to solve issues in my own life. And when I find a solution, then I pass it on, because I think I can't be the only person that's dealing with this. And even if you're not having a similar experience to me, I usually find that people can take a few different things from the information that I give out that really helps them. So here is my experience. I always talk about it. Everybody knows I was born with Hirschsprung's disease. This is a bowel condition that affects my weight and my health, but they always said it would get worse as I got older, and it is in fact true. So I had less problems when I was younger, and it gets worse as you get older. But one of the things that knocked my metabolism, out of whack and everything, is some very heavy meds that I went on in my 30s. Yeah, so I'm off them now. I'm great. But over the last couple of years, I really lost my energy. I'm a complete insomniac. Hormones all over the place, irregular periods. I feel like I'm a teenager again. I'm getting PMT like never before. I cry at everything on TV. I don't really cry in real life. So if you need a eulogy doing, I'm the girl for you, yeah? But when it comes to adverts or anything, I'm a mess. I'm a living mess, So I'm quite an emotional person as well. And there's been many things going on. Now, not this year, but the year before, even the ladies that have known me for some time and the guys that have known me for some time, my hair started to fall out, and I took to wearing a little bandana in my videos to hide my little bald patches. That's fine, hair beautiful again, so that's all good. But the biggest problem I had was chronic fatigue, and I was beginning to think that something terrible was wrong. My inflammation markers were up in my bloods. I even went private to deal with this, which was hindered by my own doctor, I hasten to add. I've taken private tests. I've really been on the search to find out what the issue has been, So probably the insomnia, the chronic fatigue, and the emotional upheaval of the hormones is probably the biggest issue that I have. But I've had many other symptoms along the way. So I've been searching now. When I tell you this, you'll all laugh, because people come to me for all kinds of reasons, not just for weight loss, for fertility. We've had quite a few transformed babies over the years. For fertility, they come to me for energy, they come to me for the menopause, they come to me for all kinds of reasons, for building muscle, for leaning out, for looking good for a wedding, for TV programs. There's many things that people come to me for. And one of my clients said to me the other day, and she's a doctor and I am not a doctor. I'm a nutritionist and a personal trainer, but I'm not a doctor. But she said, when you're often helping other people in this field, you fail to recognise the symptoms in yourself. And boy, is this true. Yeah. So we have now had an epiphany. We've had an epiphany because I'm going through the menopause, and that is what's causing the issue. I know many people will say, Anna, you're 41, you're a little bit young. You know, I think I've been going through it a couple of years now. But the early menopause does run in my family. My Auntie Philomena, my grandmother, my mother, you know, so I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Now that we know, and this is the big thing, I always think, once you know what the situation is, you can do something about it. It's not a problem, you know what I mean? It's when you don't know what's wrong, or you don't know what the situation is, and you feel helpless because you think, oh my God, I'm trying to help all these people and I can't help myself. And it's because I didn't know what the situation was. And I'd had all these thyroid tests, I'd had all these tests done, and I had one doctor saying to me that I had mental health issues. He may be right to a certain extent. But he said, oh no, there's nothing wrong with your hormones, it's all in your mind. And then eventually I had a doctor say, actually, there is something wrong and they are completely out of whack. And I was so frustrated, I was angry, you know, why did this person lie to me like this, or did he not read the results properly or whatever, and that started me on a different journey. But I thought there was lots of ladies out there struggling with energy, struggling with sleep, struggling with menopausal symptoms, struggling with the weight gain that can sometimes come with menopause, struggling with fatigue and depression, anxiety maybe. There's lots and lots of things that I think that I've experienced that then I could help others come out of. So, first of all, I want to say you cannot out-supplement a bad diet. So if you are feeling bad, if you put more junk in, you ain't gonna feel any better, yeah? The other thing that I often say is you can be physically depressed, where the body is not happy, and that has a knock-on effect with your mood. And so that isn't clinical depression. You can get a physical depression where you feel ill and you don't want to eat and all kinds of things. So I want you to think about that, you know, because people get caught up now with mental health issues, but it's not just here that can affect your mood and your emotion, your body, your hormones. So it may not be clinical depression, it could be hormonal. And if it's hormonal, you'll know, because you'll have periods where you feel completely fine, and then maybe on the lead up to your period you might be going insane. And that's how you'll know that it's hormonally instigated. Now, the biggest problem the UK has is a vitamin D epidemic. Many people are low in vitamin D, even in the summer. Also, we are workaholics and we spend a lot of time in offices and a lot of time inside. We're not getting outside in the sunshine. And we need 20 minutes on our hands and face a couple of times, 2 or 3 times a day, to get our vitamin D. And of course we can get vitamin D from fish and eggs and milk and oily fish and cheese and things like that as well. And some nuts as well. But many people in the UK are extremely vitamin D deficient. So what is the symptoms of vitamin D deficiency? So I was shocked, as a girl that's always outside with Oscar the Husky. I was shocked to find out earlier this year that I too was vitamin D deficient. And I said to the doctor, oh, I eat so well, I'm outside all the time, I can't be. And the doctor said, even in the summertime, our light is very poor compared to other parts of the world, and it really is a UK epidemic. Now, if you are vitamin D deficient, you will slowly decline like a Duracell battery running down. You'll get aches and pains in your joints and your muscles. It'll interrupt your sleep. It'll make you feel very lethargic. It may even make you feel blue and depressed, you know, and these are all the symptoms of vitamin D deficiency. So obviously I want you to eat lots of your vitamin D foods. I want you to nourish your body. I love the John Gabriel method, which is, you know, you start where you try and have at least one super duper nutritious meal a day, and from there you move on, and really it's about filling the body up with nutrients. Now, what I found was the tablets, the vitamin D tablets that I got from the doctor, didn't sit so well with my stomach, and my stomach didn't really readily absorb them, and I would end up being sick because it was too much for my stomach, and my stomach didn't like them at all. So I found these, yeah. So as you can see, they're a high dosage, so they're 10,000 little units, yeah. This is the highest dosage. This is from New Nutrition, as you can see there, yeah. I wouldn't expect you to be living on this supplement. These are to give you a boost. So if you are very low in vitamin D, or you suspect you are, you could take these for a week and then take them every alternate day, and then every third day, and do it that way, and you'll get a boost of vitamin D, and you'll know, because you'll feel better mentally, energetically, sleep better, the muscles in your the pain in your muscles and the aches in your bones will disappear, and this will have a massive effect. Now, everyone always asks, what are the side effects of too much vitamin D? And I think the biggest one is constipation, yeah, which is my whole problem in the first place, so it doesn't really affect me. But if you were to get constipation, then you'd just reduce the dosage right down, you know. But as I said, I wouldn't want you living on these. I would want them to give you a boost, and they're very high quality, and they're a high dosage, and so about 40,000 units is like half a day on the beach, you know. So it gives you an idea of what we're looking at. But I found these invaluable. So at the moment I'm giving the D3 to my mother, because she's not been outside for such a long time because she's been so poorly. So these have come in really, really handy, you know. The other thing is, vitamin B, our B vitamins, make us perky. They stimulate the brain and they make us feel good. They're our perky vitamins. And we get these from red meats and green leafy vegetables in particular. And without them, we really, again, run down like a Duracell battery. So if you're not eating your green veggies, and you're not getting plenty of vegetables in there, and maybe you're not a red meat eater, maybe you're vegetarian. You can get unhealthy vegetarians out there too that just live on cheese and chips, you know. So the green leafy vegetables and the lean red meats is where you're going to get all those B vitamins, and you're also going to get them from other types of nuts as well, and you know, certain fishes. And also you might get cereals and different things like that fortified with vitamin B, which helps things, and so that's why people go towards, you know, certain porridge oats, you know, because they're fortified with calcium and vitamin B and things like that. But again, we have got the Super B vitamin complex, yeah. I often suggest this to people that are suffering mentally as well as physically, yeah. So if you're feeling particularly low, you know, and you know, it's a full spectrum of vitamin B and vitamin C, because it helps it absorb it and everything, so you see that there. It really, really does help pick up the brain and really kind of helps lift you. And you know, health is more, it's so much more than just looking good in your jeans or wearing that little dress in your heels. If you cannot feel bad and look good, and you can't look bad and feel good. So you can't, the two go together. So you have to feel good and look good. And so the vitamin D and the B complex is often what I recommend. But again, as you see, I am promoting you eating the healthy foods as well. Now, the biggest issue I've had over the last couple of years is the insomnia. And I love a sleep aid on Amazon called NeuroRest, which has been quite successful for me. But I often was waking groggy from that, and feeling I was never waking up refreshed, you know, like I'd really had a really good amount of sleep. And I think last week I really suffered because I was not sleeping. I didn't sleep properly for like 4 or 5 nights, and I thought, I'm going to go insane. And I know how a lot of you are. Some of you have young children. Some of you are up several times a night, you know, and if we don't get sleep, we will lose our marbles. We really will, you know. So I've gone one step further. You know how I love my tinctures and I love my Bax remedies and I love things like that. And I'm always looking for the natural way to do this. Yeah. So I've got a couple of things here. Now, I always have trouble pronouncing this. So it's ashwagandha. Ashwanga. Oh, I've been calling it ashwanga just because I like saying it. But it's a tincture. If you're a person who likes the taste of licorice, you'll quite like this. And you can see it's brown in colour, but I've been putting it in water, in squash, in tea. And you just need a few drops a couple of times a day. And it is supposed to really help chill you out, relax the mind. It's great for fatigue. It's great to get you to sleep on a night time. And the first time I took it, I went to bed and I slept so well, and I was amazed, and it's really kind of saved my life. So if I can just put that up there, I got this off Amazon, you know. What I'm using it in conjunction with, which many of you will have heard me recommend, is rhodiola. Again, rhodiola is for mental and physical fatigue, and it really does many things. So it helps you physically as well as mentally. But I came across this when a lady was training to do the Inca trails, and she needed something to help her with altitude sickness. And so we started getting this into her system, you know, and it worked very well. So these are two that you can use together in water. They don't taste that great, I don't think, but as I said, if you like licorice, you might find them okay. I've been putting them in water, in squash, a little bit of squash. I've been putting them in tea. And the idea is this energizes you a little bit and this relaxes you. But this won't cure a bad diet. It won't cure an ailment. But it really helps you mentally and physically to relax and to kind of calm and find your inner peace, shall we say. And it really does help. So we've got the rhodiola and the ashwagandha, or ashwanga as I've been calling it. Check it out on Amazon. And these have really, really, really helped me. So the idea is, a lot of people talk about fatigue, a lot of people talk about insomnia, feeling tired, feeling run down, feeling blue, feeling depressed, and that has a knock-on effect with aches and pains and in the joints and the muscles, and maybe an upset stomach, or maybe you've got hormones that are flying around, maybe your periods are irregular. And all of these things can help you. But I really do want food to be your main medicine. Yeah? Now, what I'm doing, because I have now had the epiphany that I've had after searching for 2 years to find out what was wrong with me hormonally, we finally realise it's the menopause. And I know that I'm not the only menopausal person out there. And with things like this and things like the vitamin D and supplements, I don't want you to look at them as a one pill stop or a magic pill that's going to heal all. And because they are herbal, they may work really, really well for one person and then not so well for someone else, you know. So it's all down to the unique person. I am going to be doing another talk on Serenity. So I have ordered off a wellness site a cream called Serenity, which is a progesterone cream, and you use it very, very sparingly, and it really is supposed to help stabilize your hormones and kind of bring you back to the world of now, and take away that anxiousness and really soothe the menopausal symptoms. Now, I've not started that yet, it's not arrived yet, but when it does, I'll let you know how I go. But the other thing that I will be using is ground flax seeds. So ground flax seeds help as well, stabilising your hormones, also They're very, very high fibre, so they're great for the system, and everybody knows that as fibre goes through the body, it's like a little snowball sucking in excess fat and passing it out the other end, so that's why we love fibre. So the ground flax seeds will come into play as well, and I've found they've really helped me before in the past. Now, what I've found really, really interesting is I help people all the time with insomnia, fatigue, menopausal issues, fertility issues, aches and pains and all kinds of things. And yet I didn't see what was right in front of my face. I didn't recognise the symptoms in myself, and in a way that's why I do these videos, because I am just like you. I'm on the journey of self-discovery, and I never think that stops. I just don't. But we do want to feel good as well as look good. Christmas is coming. We want to feel amazing, you know. So I want you to, if any of this has helped you, or maybe you think, well, that kind of sounds like me, but it's not, I'm not sure, drop me a line and let's have a chat. Let's make sure. I don't just want you taking something randomly if it's not for you, you know, but I just thought I'd put out this information. So all of these things, everything I've mentioned, from the Serenity the Serenity cream for menopausal symptoms, the ashwagandha and the rhodiola tinctures, the B complex and the vitamin D, all of these help with sleep, energy, hormone production, and feeling great in general. The question is, which ones suit you? So if you are confused at all, get in touch with Anna. This is what I'm here for. I'm doing my clinical and medical nutritional course now, so I'm going higher up the ladder. I'm learning about all these things. But remember, junk in is not going to make you feel better. Fabulous food in is going to make you feel great, yeah? So if you have got any questions about this little chat, please come back to me. I hope you're very well indeed, and I hope it's been of use to you. And I'll speak to you very, very soon. Okay? Bye for now.